Just a couple of weeks ago, I posted a video right here on GenXGrownUp talking about the fact that we started to see a new model of this Pac-Man arcade classics from Basic Fun with a 2024 date on it showing up in Walmart stores. Now, I reached out to our friends and followers over on our Discord server, and someone was able to find one of their local Walmart, and they sent me some photos and even a little bit of video allowing me to compare at a distance that 2019 release to the 2024 that was now on the shelves. Well, a few days ago, against my better judgment, I found myself in Walmart, so I hit up the toy section, and sure enough, I was finally able to find this new 2024 Arcade Classics Pac-Man from a line we pretty much were sure Basic Fun killed 2 or 3 years ago. So, is it the same? Is it different? We're going to find out. Plus, I have a little update regarding Basic Fun themselves. We'll look at all that right after this. This video supported in part by...
Playing VR, I tend to sweat. It gives me an edge. So King of Nerds happens to give me an edge too. Let King of Nerds give you the edge. Bye, King of Nerds.
Hey there, welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm John, and I am a GenXGrownUp. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this video. So yeah, there I was in Walmart, and right there in the toy aisle with the other toys and gizmos and gadgets, they had a couple of the new 2024 Pac-Man arcade classics in stock. By the way, priced at $19.82. Come on, Walmart, you couldn't knock 2 pennies off and make it $19.80 for the release date of Pac-Man? Whatever. So of course, I picked one up because, as I promised to you, once I could get my hands on one, we'd take a closer look. Because if the toy is in fact identical, well, that suggests it's just a reissue, try to get some more revenue out of it. If there's any changes at all, well, that suggests some new design going on that might imply new product coming. Also, I've been trying to contact Basic Fun. We'll talk about that at the end of this video, but for now, let's take this one and the old one to the table and give them a comparison. I have the 2019 model here on the left and the 2024 model here on the right. I'm going to try to endeavor to keep that true throughout this video. 2019, 2024, left and right. They're so close that it might be a challenge, but I'll try to keep track and make sure I have the right one in the right place. So quickly, we went over this before in detail when we had the photos. Small changes here. The verbiage on the color screen is a little bit different. The information about ages, 8+, and batteries included, has a diagram instead of just words. Over on the right-hand side, a bit of reorganization of the information and the images. Larger image, a larger logo here. They got rid of the number 14 entirely and just blew up the Arcade Classics logo. Pretty much the same thing on the left. Sizing of the images, getting rid of the numbering here and just blowing up their logo. And on the back, again, pretty much the same image here, just some slightly different language here. This one said new full color LCD screen. This one says full color TFT screen, which, is it a new screen? From my initial glances, I don't know, and we're gonna find out. I think it might be the same screen, might be the same model. Let's get these open and find out. Here they are out of the box, and at first glance you might just think they're identical. I want to point out the instruction manuals for the two. Yeah, I know, throw them away. Shh, it's a secret, don't tell anybody, I secretly keep them. But they look like they're pretty much the same thing. The big difference is they're folded differently, inside versus outside. That's the huge difference between the manuals, so that's pretty much the same. Color-wise, I feel like they are slightly different. Is this one a little more like mustard color, where this is more of a pure bright yellow? I think maybe. While we're looking at the faces, I thought that the logo was a little larger on this one, and it is just a bit. Just like you could miss it, but it is a little bit wider, so it's slightly new. And look, by the way, we don't know if these are variations that appeared in the initial 14 run. This could be newly introduced, or this just could be how they looked in later runs, you know? So let's see. Side on, let's see what we've got. To my eye, looks just about identical. I expect the back is the same. A little bit different printing here. I mean, this one says 2019, and this one, in fact, does say 2024, obviously, but different item number, as we know, the 9545 versus the new 9674. So a different item number, although it's, looking to be pretty much the same. The right side art, let's see here. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking even for little variations or anything. Again, this one looks a little more mustardy in its color. Could just be, the mix of the paint or whatever when they did this run. Looking at the control deck, yeah, artwork looks identical. Yeah, joystick looks about the same. This one a little darker red than this one. That's not just my camera. This is a little more orangey. Again, these could all just be variations run to run. That doesn't necessarily mean this new one is all new stuff or new coloration. Could just, just be little idiosyncrasies in manufacturing and color variations. Okay, here is arguably the most important comparison, and that is, again, I have the new 2024 on the right, the 2019 is here on the left. I've let them go into hibernation mode, which means they're on, but they'll come on with a button press. So also, I think we already noticed in the previous video, they both still say 2019 in the software, which suggests software hasn't been changed. So let's see. Yep, 2019. All right, and then press start. Okay, and no, and look, we already know this isn't the original arcade ROM. The ghosts don't behave the way they're supposed to for that, but let's see if they behave similarly here. Almost in sync. Well, the ghosts are random. They're not doing the same things, but I mean, it's still not the arcade ROM. It's still, looks like Blinky got the 2019. Yeah, I think it's the same. Let's take a look first at the 2019. I'll pause this one. Turn that up. This is that 5-year-old one from 2019. Even as I said back then, it plays really well, sounds really good for being a port. And play a little of the 2024. Looks and sounds the same to me. I'm pretty sure these are the same port. Which is not bad news necessarily. Well, it depends on what kind of news you were looking for. It's good news in that if you missed out on getting that number 14 when it was available, it's a good Pac-Man, and now you can get it again. Bad news is, it doesn't suggest new development over at Basic Fun for these arcade classics. It might just be a reissue. But I'm going to keep hoping against hope that new stuff is coming, because there's a market for it. So yeah, 2019 on the left, 2024 on the right. I think you'd be hard-pressed to find the differences, and if you didn't have them side by side, you might think they were identical. Again, if you missed out on this one, that's really great news, but it doesn't necessarily speak well to the rumor that new ones are on the way. That then is what we know so far. Look, I really enjoyed the Arcade Classics line when it was out the first time around, and I thought they were dead. I'm excited to find out if more are coming. I have tried to contact Basic Fun. They are just a few hours south of me down in Boca Raton, Florida. I phoned them, I've left voicemails, I've left messages, nothing. No media contact. Look, even if you don't want to talk to me, Basic Fun, you should call me and say I don't want to talk to you. Don't just ghost me. If you're putting out new models, we want to know, and we want to help you get the word out. If you're not, we'd like to know that too. So if you're working for Basic Fun or you know them, tell them to get in touch with me. I would like to help them cover whatever they're doing with their new line of arcade toys, if in fact there is anything. So, look, we're going to wait and see what we learn. In the meantime, I'll throw links over my shoulders here and here to some old reviews of other arcade classics I've done in the past, because they're pretty cool and I enjoyed reviewing them. I appreciate that you stopped in to check out this video. I hope you found something to enjoy, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.